when you practice it.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. In responding to Labor's plan to provide 100,000 fee-free TAFE places, the Minister for Education criticised vocational education policies that covered, and I quote, everything from energy healing to basket weaving. Is this the government's view of TAFE and vocational education? And is this why this arrogant and out-of-touch Prime Minister is cutting another $270 million from TAFE and apprenticeships in this year's budget, on top of the existing $3 billion of cuts to skills?
The Minister for the Environment and Energy, representing the Minister for Education.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker. Well, when Labor was last in office, they saw the largest single decline in apprentice and trainee numbers ever on record, a 22% fall when Labor was last in office, Mr Speaker. Between 2011 and 2013, Labor was responsible for cuts of $1.2 billion, Mr Speaker. And then when Labor put forward its alternative plan, there was no detail around it, Mr Speaker. No detail, except we know there are $200 billion of extra taxes. Now, the Turnbull government will be establishing a new, ongoing $1.5 billion Skilling Australia's fund. We'll create up to 300,000 apprentices over the next 4 years. And we will ensure, through the $70 billion plus of infrastructure spending, that there are new jobs for these apprentices and for Australians around the country. So we've also introduced a number of other measures to support apprentices. The $900 million Australian Apprenticeship Support Network to support employers to recruit, train and retain apprentices. We've introduced trade support loans, which have seen over 53,000 apprentices access up to $20,000 each in government support for their apprenticeships. So, Mr Speaker, we don't just talk about doing something for apprenticeship, we actually deliver, while Labor's promises are always on the never-never.